Hi there. Last time we create a product card component on which you can click on the button for add to cart, but we haven't implemented. So today we are going to implement the shopping cart repository. So the shopping cart repository will be a singleton repository on which uh, on the product list page, the product card can add to shopping cart, and which will call the shopping cart repository to have the operation of add to cart, and the product details page also can just call the cart repository, which may be add to cart too, and shopping cart page which can get the cart items, and it can update the cart items quantity, and it can delete the cart item, or it can clear the cart item, and to make the cart items to be persistent on the mobile device, on your device. So we are going to use the room database. So the room database, which can save the data on the mobile device. It's a local database, so save the data and as a database. So what happened is the view model, which will have that calls to cart repository, or cart repository can return actually the models to the view model, and the cart repository will calls to the room database, will just interact with the room database, and the room database, the data table data, which will mapping back to the model, and because card repository will only return the model data to the view model, and so same thing like view model will pass the model data to the card repository too. Same thing like so there's a mapping between the database, the room database data with the model, and same thing with the networking, right? So the transfer object also have the mappings with the model, and all the room database, like what happened is a card item, it calls a card item entity, so like a table. So this table, which we say it will has foreign key of product ID, this product ID, which is that the product entity's ID, and the card item also has a quantity, so that's the simple card item entity. And so the product entity, it has the same field as the model's fields, also the same as models fields that they use for the room database. Okay, so to use room database, here we are going to add this dependency. Actually, we're not going to use the KSP, but we are going to still use apt. Yeah, we're still using Kotlin annotation processing. Oh, it's still using kept instead of using that KSP. And let's go to our project. Start it. Go to that I did library. say room low base, and we are saying the room version will be 2.6.1, and we implement room KTX Kotlin, and also we want compiler, compiler. Okay. Okay. Now syncing. Next, we are going to add a new package. New package of room. We have room. And this about the local database, save data in local database using room. And using room, we are using define data using entities. So let's create a new package. Dot entity. And in entity, we are creating a new Kotlin class, data class of, let's say, product entity. So now we have product entity. So in this product entity, we use annotation. Annotation say entity, and entity we can specify the table name, which equal to products. Okay, so we can import class of entity and product entity. Let's go to model, because this product entity we get everything from product, but one thing is we are going to change this to long. And in order to this model, we have the idea of more. So in that case, because we have the mapping, and this we are going to change to long, and we will not destroy the mapping. So now it is. So this is a model. This is the domain for the product. A network, and this is the product response, the DTU, and this local database room. This is a product entity, and we got to the fields from the model. Let's see. The fields, it's the same as the model, but we have primary key of the ID and name, description. Everything is the same, and also we need to say we have extension function, I think between room database to domain for the model. So now we say function of product entity dot to domain, and which this function is return a product okay, so the product which will say and say edit, and we can replace var to replace all, and we can say id equal to id, and that's it. And we can say id equal to id, name equal to, it's a mapping, so name equal to name, and description equal to description, price equal to price, 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 image equal to image equal to image URL, and let's say image URL actually is not let's say it's nullable. Okay, and rating equal to rating, and install equal to install. Okay, so we need to import this class. Perfect. So now we have our first entity, and the next is our cart item entity. Let's say add new Kotlin class cart item entity. For this cart item entity, it's based on the product entity. It has quantity, and it has a product ID, which is a foreign key for the product table. So let's say this, but we need the annotation of entity, and entity we import, and this we specify the table name parameter, which is art item, and for this card item entity, we say we need a primary key of ID long, and which equal to 0. And we also need product ID or the ID, which is type of long, and we have quantity, which is type of int. And this we say to generator equal to true. Data class, and okay. So now we have our entities. So let's create a new package. For the, let's say we have entity, and we go say we need access data using DAO. So we access data like CRUD operation and clear. We will using DAO. So let's create a package of DAO stands for data access object. Let's create DAO, new package, and DAO. Oh, let's see. DAO. No, this is wrong. Delete. Create a new package in the room, and it's a DAO, right? And create DAO. And see that DAO, which like you specify the interface, and the interface has that annotation of insert, delete, query, and it has that function parameters also. So use these annotations, and the room will generate code for implementation. So let's create the DAO. Create a new Kotlin, and we say product DAO. So for this DAO, we will say annotation it has with DAO, and this we say this is the room.dao class, and we say we have this span of insert product. Mostly that the database operation as a CRUD operation, which is C for create, which is the id, R for retrieve, which is the guide, and U for update, which is update, and D for delete. Let's say insert product, and this has the parameter. The parameter is product, and which is type of product entity. So the DAO, which is on the room layer, so it will use the product entity instead of domain model, and the domain model will be only used for the view models. So this is a type of product entity, and then we can say this is you can say this is the interface. And for this we got annotation. This is insert. This insert we will say specified parameter. The parameter you can see on conflict, which equal to actually on conflict of conflict strategy illumination dot replace. Okay, so insert. If it's there's insert the same product and replace it. That makes sense. So our product on the local DB, there's a change to the product ID from network, and for our local DB, we will always using that the latest one. So on conflict thread will be replaced, and same thing like we need a suspend by guide product, and we should say product by the parameter product ID, which is type of long, and this will be returned product entity of nullable. Okay, and this is we got annotation of query, and its query will pass the parameter of string, and this is a SQL statement which we say select star from products where ID equal to product ID. This parameter. So we get the product from the local database by the product ID. And also we need to delete product. So we say delete and suspense function delete product parameter product, which is a type of product entity. Okay, so this first we have product detail. Next, we are going to add a new Kotlin class interface, and this is card item detail. Card item, the card item deal, and this is the interface. And same thing, we need a DAO annotation to that card item, and we copy this, but we will change it. So this card item DAO which we say, oh, card item. Right now our model only have product, and we haven't created a card item. Let's create a new building class, data class, and this is card item. A class card item, and this card item we say so we have ID of long, and we will have product of type of product, and we also have quantity, which is type of int. Now we have card item, and for this card item DAO, so we same thing, we have the card operation. I say for the insert, we have such a function which is insert card item, and this will be card item, which is type of card item entity, card item entity. Okay. Insert, and we say we need insert, we need that single card item, so we say that card item by product ID, and which will return card item entity. And this that card item by product ID, we will say select start from card items where product ID equal to product ID, right? And also we need We need actually we need an update. Usually, let's say update quantity. Update 180 by product ID, and this will not return anything. And this will say update. We use update from cart items. Update cart items, right? Which we will set quantity equal to, we need a parameter of quantity. Quantity type of int, and quantity which equal to and the same space, and the product ID equal to product. So for got the where clause find the record, and the site will set the quantity. So this is update and delete. Delete, we will say we still need this query. There's a delete card item. Cart item. And the delete card item, we will pass the product ID as parameter, which is so what happened is we say delete from card item where the product ID equal to the product ID parameter. So this is a delete, and the last one we need a clear cart. Let's say we need a clear cart, and in that we say delete from cart items, and we say clear cart, and don't need any parameter. Okay, so now we have our DOO of cart item, and you can see actual model. We see the model, right? So for the domain model, we have a product of product type, and we go to access data using we go to relationships. We can see one-to-many relationships. Instead of using a product, the card item record, instead of using product ID, it's just an ID. We want to return like a return object of that product. So in that case, we can using this DAO, DTO. So this DTO will using the embedded, which is the parent record, and have a relation which has that the entity column, and will and then return that the relationship record. And then it's so this is a kind of a DTO. So let's create a package in our room. So DAO package of DTO, and in this DTO, so this is that there's a foreign key. So this DTO to say we are going to have a DTO, which data transfer object, which has a card item with products. So it will not only have a product ID, and instead it has a like object of its product entity. Okay, so let's create a new class. We say card item with product, and this is a data class, and this is where we okay. So this card item will product. Let's say we are going to say copy. Also, we embed var is this is card item, which is type of card item. This is the parent table. Card item entity. This is the parent table, and the data has the relationship. It had the relationship which parent column, which will be product ID, and entity column, the foreign key onto the product tables ID column. And this will say, using this, we return a product object, product record, which is type of product entity. Now we have product, which is type of product entity. But first we say this is a parent, the record of card item, which is card item entity. And using this relationship, we will get the product of the product entity. This is the data transfer object. So actually, using this data transfer object, we can go back to that product detail. So finally, we can say add a method to the detail class that return all instance of the data class. So which always, you can see which you are going to say is it will return a data transfer object with that add transaction. So let's say Copy this. And we can say using the cart item. And let's start from cart items, from cart items table. And we can say that cart items with products, and this will return a list of our data transfer object, which this is cart. Instead return the cart item we want with the product. So we say cart item with product data transfer object. So in that case, we can return that. So with this data transfer object, now you can see we have a domain of cart item, and we are able to say we are going to have an extension mapping from ETO to domain. And in this, we say one cart item with product to domain, and this which will return the type of cart item domain model. From model, and this will be equal to cart item, and this cart item which has that product equal to product is product entity dot to domain, the mapping to domain, and the quantity equal to cart item dot quantity. Possible parameter ID. Okay, perfect. And we have entity, DAO, and DTO. Now we need so this is this is an interface. But we need a database. And database with new Kotlin class, and class which is ShoppingCart database. ShoppingCart database class, and we have a database, and this database actually it's instead of class which is abstract class, abstract database, database annotation, which has this annotation has parameters, the entities, which is array, and this array will say product entity, and this is saying class reference. This is a class, and also you have that art item entity, which use that class reference of class. So it's like a pointer to that class. Version go to 1, and export schema go to false. For this abstract database class, and we will say inherited is room database, and the room database is initialized, and we say we have abstract fun, the interface of our product deal, which is that product deal. This database has that the data access layer. So we specify the abstract over here. The same thing for the card item. This is card item deal. Card item deal, which is card item deal. So this is our database. So and we have the ShoppingCart database abstract class. So let's create a singleton by using the dependency injection. Let's go to the dependency injection, and over here so now you can see provided that we say this is for room, and we say same thing, Control C. We will say provide singleton, and this is not provide network. Instead, we are going to provide database. And this provide database, which we need application context. So which application context, and then it has that roomDB will save to the application context. So we say application context, and this application context context, which type of context. Okay. And provide database. This singleton, the input parameter is a application context, which is needed for the database, for the local files. And so it will return what they say we have created is abstract class of shopping cart database. Show this shopping cart database. But this instead of it's type of the abstract class, but this will return implementation of class of that shopping cart database. So in this, we say room is that the room library, and this is database builder. Database builder. And what we need is context, which we got from parameter, and shopping cart database, which say this is a class, and we say we want to get the name of shopping cart database, and this will be builder.build. Okay, so this singleton will provide so one the one that's the DAO is called DAO want to have a shopping cart database, and so the dependency injection will provide this type of class. This type of class using the room builder build this shopping cart class. So now we provided the shopping cart database, provide them so here is return a singleton, and also because we also need provide a singleton of the DAOs. So let's say provide function provide product DAO, and this product DAO which need the database, which will get from the provided database. So in this database is shopping cart database. So the DAO which need that database, and this database first the dependency injection provide database, and they use over here, and they use it over here, which is provided the product detail over here. So this will for the dependency type of product DAO. This just return database implementation, which has a product DAO, which the database has a product DAO. As you can see, the database has abstract class or product DAO, and we return it here because only return implementation, and the implementation will return this over here, and then we will get the dependency of product deal over here. The same thing for cart item deal. So provides this cart item, and this is cart item, and this will return cart item. Okay. Okay, so now we have database, and actually, yeah, and this product deal and cart item deal. So that will be used by our. This is the database, and so this is lower level of room database layer, and we going to create a new package called repository. Repository. And this repository will need the dependency of product deal and cart item deal for the shopping cart repository. New Kotlin, the cart repository. Okay, so cart repository will have that. But the repository will have these operations. But as we already have the room database DAO data access object. We can inject those card and product DAO data access object to the card repository and then do the operations. Let's say about this card repository, we will say this class is a singleton class, and this card repository, let's say we inject and inject constructor and construct. What do we inject is that the dependency of private constructor injector of for cart item deal of cart item deal. That's the first dependency, and second dependency private product deal, which is type of product deal. Perfect. So we inject this DL, and now this our card repository can access to the room database, and also from the entity object can mapping to the domain model object, and then can pass to the view model. So let's have that operations. And first we say create. So to create the first one, suspend fun, add to cart, and this will say we have a product which is type of domain object product and quantity, which type of integer, which has a default value of 1. And implement the code block which will goes to product data access object product DAO dot our function insert product, which they need product mapping to okay, we need have a mapping, so let's go to the model for the product, and we see we have extension function. So mapping to me database models and find product dot to entity and this function which equal to product entity entity, and so this has ID equal to ID, name equal to name, description equal to description, price equal to PR equal to and this is equal to install. Okay, so now we have mapping function, extension function to this product class, data class. So now go to our product dot to entity. Now we can insert this cart repository, which can add the product, which is domain type, to the database, which is a product entity type. This will product deal will insert this product. So this we can say ensure. We can see this why we add to cart by the product. So we want this product will be always we have in our local room database. We need to have this product in the product entity in the product entity table. So we need to ensure products table have an entry of the cart item dash product item product. First we insert into the product table. So next, we say like if the item is in cart. Okay, if it's the item in cart, so if the track is, we say raw existing cart item on the track existing cart item, which is cart item deal as that cart by product ID, and we pass the product ID. And in this case, we say we check if existing cart item not equal to now existing. In this case, we say update quantity if item exists, and else, and we say insert into add new cart item if it doesn't exist. So you can say if existing cart item, and we can say cart item deal the access layer has a update quantity which has product ID and ID and existing item dot quantity plus one, and we update that quantity. Should put plus quantity, right? And else we just say cart item deal dot insert cart item. This insert cart item and this is a cart item entity which has product ID equal to product.id ID and quantity equal to quantity. Okay, so now we have our first operation of function of add to cart, and you can see last time we have our view model. View model over add to cart. We can now inject this cart repository, and on add to cart we use the cart repository. And okay, so let's product view model. We will say we inject using the constructor injection, dependency injection, and which this will be private raw, and this is card repository, which is a type of card repository, and on this on item card, so we will say it's in Kotlin view model scope launch, and in this we'll have a try catch. I will try catch flag, and this catch will say evil exception. And this one is network operation, two is local database operation, and so it need to be in remodel scope, and I need to kind of exception handler. And for now, let's say card repository dot add to cart, and the product, and we say this add to cart. Right now, I'll just say quantity, which is type of int, which is default to 1, and we say this quantity. So it's 1 for our case, but later we can, and we can test it. Right now we can test it. Let's run the application. Right, and this is kept. This is kept, and we sync. Right. Okay. Products. Okay. Add to cart. And we can go to view. View. To Windows. Application inspection. And so we go to application inspection. And for the database, you can see we see that ShoppingCart database over here. That's our local room database. Perfect. Let's stop it. And we go to let's say new query. Let's say select star from products, run. Okay, we have that products, and let's say select star from cart items. Okay, perfect. So that's what we have for our local database. And great. So now we have our room database and the Kotlin repository. we have the add cart item.